today's the first ride on Chit after my hip replacement. I've looked into what people have said, and they're saying that apparently you can't ride sports bikes once you've had a hip replacement. So today we're going to find out, and I've got Teresa on the back. Beautiful, beautiful summer's day, and we thought, well, let's try it. It's basically 8 weeks tomorrow since I've had me up, and I thought, well, I tell you what, let's see if we can put all these myths to bed. Now, first of all, I'd like to say thank you for everybody for your kind comments. Previous video or videos, we did take the F900 XR out, which I'll leave a link somewhere, and just to see whether or not, you know, maybe if it's not a sports bike, where we're going to go and what we're going to do. So while I've been off, I've put Brembo brake pads in, and we'll see if that makes any difference to the braking, which I'm hoping it will. What a gorgeous day. See, my dilemma is I absolutely adore this bike. I enjoy every ride I've had on her. She's been yeah, I mean, the channel's called Midlife Crisis, and there's a point to that. And the point is that every time I get rid of a sports bike, I just want another one. So we're going to see how this goes. So, also thought I'd tell you a little bit about myself as well, since we've done some videos. We've not really said a great deal about what we do, or what I've done. Been riding motorbikes since I was 16, mopeds, Vizzy 50, went up through the ranks and then got married and stopped riding. I had 250 Super Dream, 250 LC, Yam, then 350 LC, and so on and so forth. And as I was coming through the ranks, obviously, then like I got married, had children, and in 2003 I decided, you know what, I'm going back biking again. And basically I had a bit of a scare health-wise, and I thought I'd have one last swan song, and I bought a GSXR 600, and it was a K3, brand new, off the shelf, out the box, sorry. That year I did a lot of mileage on that bike in very, very little time. I swapped that the same year for a new CBR 600, I don't think it was the FI or the FN. Had a great time on that, and since then I've gone through quite a few bikes. I've had VFR 800s, which is stunning bike. I've had K4 Jits 1000, KE6 Jits 1000, K8 Jits 1000, L2 Jits 1000, and obviously now the 071. So I think there's a bit of a pattern there. Absolutely adore these bikes. If I'm strictly honest, for the road, I would probably say the K4 was the best one for road use. It was a bit heavier, it wasn't quite so flighty, handled the bumps a bit better, not quite so much power. But, you know, I'm not complaining about this one. In between that, I've had a GSXR 750, quite a few. I've had a GSX S1000, I've had a GSF 750, I've had a Triumph Sprint 1050, should have thought this through a bit before I started waffling about it. And yeah, as earning a living wise, I've was a musician for 20 odd years on the circuit. Went out to Germany and Benidorm and played, and after that I ended up working in a warehouse, and now I work for an ambulance company. That's just a quick fly of what about me. As it may be of some interest to some of you, and maybe if not of others. A couple of channels I've been watching lately as well. Teapot. I think it's Teapot 1, something like that anyway. I find his channel very interesting, so you know, if you're looking for new channels to watch, especially motorcycling ones, might be worth your while to go and have a look at his. Still keeping up with Missile and Flyer. I think he's still his channel's still good. Who else have I seen lately? Port 9, that's a good one. Very factual. Very factual. Who else? Watching a few, again perhaps I should have thought this through more waffling, but you know what it's like, you go on your bike. So, how am I feeling in a minute? Wow, smiling, absolutely smiling. It's a shame they don't repair the roads though, isn't it? Yeah, loving this, and what I'm going to do today, I'm not going mad, I'm just going to go around a route that I know quite well. It's one I like to take bikes on when I'm testing them, so it might be quite familiar to you, not sure. We're seeing how we're getting on. Now at the moment, I'm not going to count my chickens before they've hatched. I haven't got any problems. Apart from I'm hanging onto handlebars like they're gonna slip out of my hands. I need to try and relax that a bit. Oh, something else that I wanted to have a chat about is Calimoto. I've downloaded the app. I've not used it yet, obviously, because I've not been out. However, I've also not paid for the subscription yet either. I've had a quick look through it, and it was really a very quick look through it, and to be perfectly honest with you, I didn't really get to see much of it, apart from I think for the freebie you can stick a route in and go and try it, so it works out. So I will be doing something with that up and coming future. Now any of you out there using Calimoto can get on with it, give us a shout out, let me know what it's like. This road I use quite a lot, and lately there's been a lot of deer on it, which has been a bit alarming, you know, early in the mornings, because it's beautiful. Obviously nice early summer days are coming here, and yeah, they seem to be for some reason they must be coming from over those woods and just deciding to come trotting along and deciding they want to be on that side, which I don't really know why, because I don't think there's a great deal there. Using this road, and just be a little bit careful. There may be about, the funny thing is not one single sign saying they are around, which is a bit strange. Brakes feel brilliant. I did this to my Busa. Oh, that's another bike about Busa. Yeah, I did this to my Busa, and I put the brakes I didn't think were very good, and I put Brembo pads in to go with the Brembo brakes, and lo and behold, wonderful. Yeah, it's done me real proud. So it's the Botham Soul Road from the A614, so just watch out for some deer. Be a good idea. A good idea. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, I think I'll stop now. Well, I hope you lot are having so much fun as I'm having today, because this is blooming wonderful. Oh, what a feeling. Just not ready for dancing on the ceiling yet. Hi guys. I certainly know I'm not bike fit, that is for sure. Although I think a lot of that is the fact that I'm probably holding on for grim death as well. I've got to relax, I've got to try and chill out, otherwise the bike's not going to do what I ask it to do. This is something that I always find that when I've laid off for a while, it just takes me a while to drop back into it, and I get quite nervous. Well, I think we're getting there now. I love the sound of this bike as well. There's a hole in the road. Yeah, bike started straight away. Took about 3 cranks and she started straight up. Running beautifully. Done all my tyres. Don't forget, people, if you've laid up for a while, make sure you check your tyres before you go out. I'm fairly lucky with this. I have a stand for it. It's called a Kong stand. If you check some of my older videos, there's only a video about it. Keeps the bike completely off the ground, so the tyres aren't touching the floor. I like it that way. I think it's better. I'm not saying it's right, but I like it that way. So, what a pair. Beautiful. Coming up to nearly 2 years of ownership of this bike now, and still never ceases to stop making me smile. I think it's amazing. Oh, very nice, gentlemen. Bless him, he didn't pull out, he could have done. He waited. It's beautiful countryside. This run is it's something I like using this run. You'll maybe see why in a little while. When I'm testing bikes, they've got a little bit of everything, and normally from where we're testing bikes from, there's a bit of town work as well, so we're not testing but reviewing, and we're going to see if we can do a bit more of that, find a bit more time and get manufacturers on board maybe. BMW, last test ride we did, they were very good. Instead of it just being the normal hour, they let me have 2 hours on it. Still not enough. You still need, if you're thinking of buying a bike, then you really do need to be looking at people on YouTube who own them. And if you can, which is always a good thing, is have a look at anybody that's sold one. You don't have to take their ideas on board. Excuse me, we're all different. Everybody's tastes are different, everybody's wants and needs are different. But if it could be something that was wrong with it that they got rid of it for, then maybe you it will affect you. Or you might listen to what they've got to say and go, you know what, that really don't matter. Let's say we're having a nice little puddle about, a nice little poodle. And the yay! There's Teresa's first ride out as well today. on this. Looks like I've got 2 thumbs up with wiggle, so I can only assume that means you're loving it. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. I'm like fishman, no. Hello, hello, hello. I wonder if when the people are out in a group, they think as long as the first one nods, the rest don't need to. I'm going to watch that video footage back and see if they actually all nodded, or just, as I suspect, it was just the front one. A funny one the other day. I was out in my car and there was a biker at the side of the road, and it wasn't like he was in a lay-by or anything, it was just literally at the side of the road. Looks like I need to do these calipers. Looks like something's sticking, squealing a bit. Anyway, he was just like side here, as if you pulled up here. And I thought, oh, something must be wrong, and he was on his phone. So I pulled up, got out of the car, just about to ask him if it was alright, and he turned round and basically said, what the effing hell do you want? So I said, sorry mate, but I'm a biker, I just want to make sure you're okay. What's it got to do with you? And it was just somebody on a fairly new like GSXF or something like that, GSXS, sorry. And the first thoughts were, if it weren't for the fact it was so well dressed, the biking, I thought he'd nicked it. But it was just, maybe I was interrupting his phone call or something, I don't know. Yeah, I was quite taken back. The problem is, what people don't realise is, if you are an arse to somebody, if they've stopped to help you or just ask if you're okay, which I think is one of the nicest things that they can do, and you are a complete arse to them, then that's going to probably stop them from wanting to stop again. And you might be okay, but the next person that they go past might not be okay. And if that's the case, then you've just cost somebody help. So I don't think manners and politeness cost anything. I like to think if I was in trouble, maybe somebody with a spanner or something that I haven't got might be able to pull up and give me a hand, or even just, you know, make you feel a bit better. So yeah, maybe that's something that that person, or maybe one day is going to need help. Don't get me wrong, it won't stop me from stopping, but you know, one day you might need help, and you might meet somebody who's like me, who's had a bad just had a bit of a bad experience with somebody, and they just drives right past him. This is one of them, I think it's an electric train. They fly along this line, this one on to the left there. Absolutely fly. Ooh. Just had the grasses just touch my knee, just like get my knee down. I don't think that's ever going to happen again. I suppose you never know you're looking a ruffle, do you? Beautiful, I love this road. And the road feels nice, if that makes sense. Nice and warm, and tyres feel good, and like BMW had, or what BMW started putting on, they've started putting a SOS button on the bikes. And apparently what it does is, say you have the bike falls over, oh, hang on. Bike falls over. So say your bike falls over. What it does then is it sends a signal, whatever, tells somebody where you are and the fact your bike's fell over, and then a voice will come through your bike asking if you're okay. And then what you do is you say yeah, fine, yeah, nothing's wrong, yeah, I've just dropped my bike, or whatever, it's fell over in the van or whatever. But if you don't respond to this voice, or whoever it is that's called your bike, then they will immediately phone the emergency services. I think what an absolute brilliant idea. Hopefully more bikes will think about putting that on, because I think it's fantastic. I've heard people complaining about it. They dropped the bike in the garage, or the bike fell over in the garage, and next thing they had the police round. I'm not being funny, I think that's still a good idea. Maybe you should think about securing your bike a bit better. But yeah, what an amazing thing to go. Technology now is, I know they're going on the safety and the ABS and traction control and everything else, but yeah, what an amazing piece of safety equipment. You're lying down in the middle of the road and they're going to respond by sending emergency services out to you. Well done, BMW. Like I say, hopefully a few more manufacturers will start thinking about doing that. Absolutely beautiful day. Have I said that before? I'm sure I have. I wonder then it was in Mode B. Still cautious when it comes around to go around these bends, because the thing is, you probably will say that, oh, I can run that 30 mile an hour quicker. Well, the farmers use these roads a lot, and they come out their fields and you go piling around the bend, and if there's not mud, there's gravel, grit and everything else all over the place. You see all these entrances into fields. It's not a case of how much you know the road or anything, it's just what they might have left behind. Oh, of course there might be a van there. Saw him till I saw him. Well, that's going to sound ridiculous, isn't it? Never saw him till I saw him. Yeah, I think you'll know what I mean. Well, this is going to be one of those rides that I don't want to end, but with it being the first one, I need to be very sensible. I need to make sure that back and I'm not going to be in bits at the end of it, so because with this run there's loads and loads and loads of places you can go. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn here and start heading our way back. So ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I think this is probably long enough now as a video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Thank you for listening to me waffling. Hit the bell. Any ideas you want me to look into, talk about, bikes you want me to try and test ride, give me a shout. we'll give them all a go if we can. All we've got to do is find places that are prepared to let us take them out. I'm quite happy to do it. In fact, it'd be more fun to drive something that perhaps somebody else would like, rather than just thinking it's about what we would like. Say what we're going to do. Say goodbye. We'll see you again soon in another video. Ride safe everybody and take care. Well everybody, you join us down here at the Green Hut. Come down here, had a lovely ice cream. It's a rum and raisin, and if you're allowed to have that while you're still riding, but hey ho. Say again, sweetheart. Oh yeah, they're doing some bike nights down here. See if we get close enough so you can see it. It's like on a Wednesday, and doing pies and peas and burgers and onions and hot cold drinks and ice creams and everything. So this is the Green Hut at Ollerton, so it might be worth your while popping down here. So first time back out on the Suzuki. You had a nice ride?
Lovely. Yes. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Better than the BMW
Nice
then?
and cool.
Well, that is something. It's very hot today. It's been nice to get out and have a bit of breeze, hasn't it? So we were contemplating changing, weren't we?
You was.
And now?
Oh, you was.
And now? And now?
No.
No. No, we're keeping the Chit. So. Still like being on the pillion?
Yeah. Love it.
Still loving it, doing. Lovely. Alright everybody, we're going to say goodbye then. Leave you a nice little picture of it. And we'll talk to you soon. All take care. Bye bye.